Howdy folks, Spencer here, and today I want to go over the latest batch of news for STO on both PC and console. As always, chapters will be listed down below. First up, to celebrate the launch of the 14th anniversary bundle, Cryptic has just put up a giveaway in which you can win a copy of the anniversary bundle, in addition to some physical die-cast replicas of 4 of the ships that were seen at the Battle of Wolf 359. So to enter this giveaway, hit the link that I have down below. The answer to the question that it's going to ask you is 12.5 cm, as you see listed on the area I have highlighted here. So that's the answer to the question that it's going to ask. And then you just have to go in, follow them on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, the normal stuff. Now, the full things that you can win here, there's going to be 2 winners for this, for both the physical models and the bundle. And alongside the bundle, you're going to get a copy of a board cube, the USS Saratoga, the Springfield, and the Cheyenne. These are from Master Replicas, and these are the smaller Eagle Moss models. I'll have links to all of them over at Master Replicas down below. So most of these are going to be between 3 to 5 inches, and they have a good amount of detail, certainly quite a bit more than you saw with the smaller 3D printed ships from GamePrint back in the day. And for the board cube here, it is just over 2.25 inches on each side, so it's not the biggest, but pretty nice little detailed model there. Now, if you are interested in any of these physical models, Master Replicas does have the biggest selection, but sometimes their prices are not the best, and they do take quite a long time to ship things out. In fact, I have an order from September that still hasn't shipped out from Master Replicas. So there is another site that you can pick up some of these ships from, and right now Real Merch does have the Springfield available, and it is a bit cheaper than what Master Replicas is asking, and they do ship things out much faster. So they have the Springfield, and that's the only one from the 4 that are part of this giveaway that they happen to have, but they do have many other Trek ships up on there. They do have some BSG ones, Fallout, and so on. But the nice thing with Real Merch, like I said, is the price is a bit cheaper, they ship out faster, and I have an affiliate code over there. So if you happen to want to go in and actually pick up a ship from them, if you go to checkout and you use code CasualSAB, you'll get an additional 10% off. So again, if you do want to pick up the Springfield or some of these other Star Trek models, Real Merch does have them sometimes a bit cheaper, and they will ship them out much faster. And next up, there are Zen Sales and a bunch of other sales going on all platforms. So I'm going to start off here with the console side of things, then move over to the PC side. Again, if you want to skip to the PC stuff, chapters are listed down below. So for those of you on console, you have a 20% discount on most of your Zen packages. If you're on Xbox, all of them are on a 20% discount. And if you're on PlayStation, all but the $200 pack are on sale right now. So I don't know why PlayStation doesn't have a sale on the 23K Zen one there, but Cryptic likes to do weird things like this. And alongside this, console does have a legendary sale running from now up through February 21st, and that is 35% off all legendary bundles in the C-Store, and a return of the 10th anniversary bundle into the store for this duration. So if you've been waiting to pick up the 10th bundle, that alongside the Zen Sales is a pretty good combo. And if there's any other legendary bundle you've had your eye on with these sales, it is a good time to take a look at them. And a quick reminder also for those of you over on console that the Muds at Disco Inferno Choice Pack is going to be dropping there on Tuesday, and that will be on an introductory sale of 50% off for the first couple of weeks it's in the game, which will take the Pick 3 Choice Pack down to 14,750 Zen. So if you're wanting to pick up the Discovery Flight Deck carriers on a count-wide unlock through this bundle, this Zen sale would be a good time to go in and get your Zen for this bundle. And for those of us on PC, it is a 20% charge bonus if you're going through Arc or Steam, and a 20% discount through Epic. And I'll show those prices in a moment here. But alongside that, we do have a Klingon focus sale, given that the Klingon Recruit event just started. So that's 25% off everything Klingon related in the C-Store from now up through February 22nd. And we also have a Start Your Adventure sale, which is going to be running up through the 22nd as well, which is 25% off everything in the services, uniforms, personnel, and starter packs tabs of the C-Store. Again, that's always a great sale to take advantage of if you're needing any inventory slots, DOF slots, any of those types of services. So for the Zen sales on Arc, Again, it's your standard 20% charge bonus. So if you were looking to pick up Zen for the 14th anniversary bundle, $100 would just about get you there. The 14th bundle cost 13,125 Zen, and this $100 Zen pack is getting you 13,000. So you'd have to charge another $10 on top of that, or just convert some dilithium over to Zen to get that last 125 Zen. And if you have an Epic account or Epic linked account, you've got a 20% discount on your Zen packages, which makes things a bit cheaper if, again, you have that linked account. If you do not have an Epic linked account, it is not possible for you to go in and purchase Zen through Epic. But if you do, you can get your Zen a little bit cheaper. And if you do happen to pick up any Zen through Epic, I would very much appreciate if you would go in and put in the creator tag area here, CasualSAB. I am an Epic affiliate, and you putting that in when you purchase Zen or anything else on Epic does greatly help me out. And for those of you that picked up the 14th anniversary bundle, if you're having issues finding where the bundle exclusive items are, the rifle, the ground traits, and those new pets, they are located in the items tab of the C-Store. So go to items, promotion, unlock items, and you'll see Wolf 359 bundle items there, and you can go in and claim that as many times as you want. And if you have the Captain Picard bundle, you should now see the Tommy gun under this exact same area as well, if you had purchased that. And next up, for those of us on PC, we have a bonus dilithium weekend running right now up through February 19th. So if you have any Dil mine claims you've been holding off on doing, now's a good time to do so. And next up, for those of us on PC, a reminder that the Defensive Pahvo event is now live and is running up through March 7th. This is the first event in the year-long event campaign, and I know some of you were wondering, if you buy it out, are you still able to earn event campaign progress for playing the additional days of the event? And the answer is yes. The buyout cost was higher than what the blog stated. The blog stated it would be 2,000 Zen, but it was indeed 2,500. And when I bought it out yesterday on stream, that got me 700 progress right away. And then when I played a Pahvo ground TFO later in the day, I did continue to earn that 50 campaign progress. So what this means is that if you want to buy it out day one and then play every single day that it's out, you could finish the first event here with around 1750 progress. So if you're wanting to complete your event campaign a bit faster, that is still a viable strategy to do. And if you were to go through and do that for a couple of the events, you could probably have the year-long rewards, which again are the premium T6 Starship Choice Pack, the T6 coupons, and the 1500 Lobby. You could probably have those by the end of the third event if that's what you want to do. And for the Pahvo event, again, it is a space set that you can claim, which has a torpedo, an Omni, and a console. So I'm going to hover over the tooltips here for a couple seconds. Feel free to pause if you want to look at them closer. Just remember, when I'm looking at tooltips on ground for a space item, the numbers are always going to be a bit lower. So these are the numbers taken from me standing on the exchange console on the Romulus. So there's the torpedo. Here is the Omni. And with the Omni here, this does indeed work with cannon scatter volley, like they said in the blog. So if you're doing like a mixed armament synergy build, this Omni is going to be something to keep an eye on, because this would be a very easy way to have MAS incorporated onto your build. And here is the console. The console does provide a pretty large buff for proton damage and 8% firing cycle haste there. It's good. And the set here, the two-piece set has a Pahvin Interstellar Bombardment Beam that will deal proton damage to your target, and the three-piece further buffs that. So it's an interesting set. It's got some bugs right now that need to be worked out, but I think this is a set you definitely want to have on hand to be able to play around with. So if you haven't started up on the Pahvo event, you should do so. The reward here is interesting, and again, it's part of the year-long event campaign, which they've massively buffed. You're getting all three rewards this time around. You don't have to pick just one. So if you haven't started on the Pahvo event, they've got a really strong set of rewards for it, and you're earning progress towards that year-long event. And if you're looking for what is the quickest route to do the Pahvo event, the ground TFO is pretty fast if you have a good team with you. And the space one, I've heard if you're doing it private, you could go in and jellyfish it after the first wave. So that's an option for you as well. And the PC patch notes for today resolved a text issue in the flagship staffing trait, which is the trait off the Awani. And then there's a couple known issues here. The omnidirectional Pahvo proton beam and the Pahvo proton energy torpedo will only usually visually target 2 nearby enemies with their resonance charge instead of the intended 3 nearby enemies. So this is just a visual issue. The ability is actually doing damage to 3 nearby enemies. And the other known issue here is that they're not explaining well enough where to claim the items from the Wolf 359 bundle. So again, like I showed earlier in the video, if you buy the 14th bundle and you can't find the items, go to the items tab in the C store, and then up the top, go to promotion unlocked items, and it'll be right there. And again, you can claim this multiple times. So if you want to put that trait on your bridge officers, you can go through and do so by just reclaiming it over and over. And I want to remind you guys that the Klingon recruitment event has started. So on PC, that's going to be running up through March 7th. And for those of you on console, it starts up on the 20th and will be running through March 12th. So the Klingon recruit event, like I've talked about before, it is very much worth doing. If you are really far behind in your Endeavor system, really do want to make one of these Klingon recruits, they have perk points that you can earn for doing endeavors on the Klingon recruits, and you can also get an account-wide 10% boost to Endeavor XP earnings by doing enough endeavors on one of these characters. Now, if you already have a Klingon recruit, you don't need to make another. There's no new additions here versus what they had last year, so if you already have one, again, you don't need to make another. But if you're a new player or returning and you never made one, then definitely go through and set one up while the event is active. And you don't have to go in and do these tasks while the event is active. All you have to do during the recruitment event is create a Klingon character and play it long enough to get this encrypted Klingon receiver into your inventory. Once you have that in your inventory, that's all you have to do. You can then go in and do these tasks whenever you want during or outside of the recruitment event. So some of these are going to take a while to work on anyways. The Endeavor XP one takes a couple months of doing endeavors on the Klingon recruit to fully finish it out. So again, just the time frame is just for you to go in and make the character. The actual rewards and tasks can be done anytime throughout the year. And the final bit of news here today is that following all of the Embracer issues that hit Cryptic over the past couple of months, we have been seeing more and more departures from Cryptic Studios, and the most recent one, Al Rivera, is quite significant. Al Rivera was the very first employee on STO. He was the lead designer from January of 2008 up through January of 2021, at which point he moved up to be the creative director of Star Trek Online, which is the role that he had up until his departure. So if you were curious as to how things are going over at Cryptic, Al here is someone who said on a podcast a couple of years ago that he wanted to retire on Star Trek Online. He worked at Cryptic for just under 21 years. So the vibe over there clearly isn't going great because someone that wanted to retire working on Star Trek Online has now decided to depart the company. And this isn't the only departure that's popped up in the past couple of weeks. John Hagner, who was a senior content designer, also departed to work over at Blizzard. And Joe Harrington departed back in November. He was a senior systems designer and is now working at Lower Games. So as time goes on, you're going to see more and more of these departures happen from Cryptic, especially as we see Decca take more and more control over Cryptic's titles. So you can go on and you can see everyone, including the senior leaders over at Cryptic, all promoting each other. They all are trying to help each other find positions elsewhere, top down at the company. So I wish the best to everyone there. And, it's a really, really crappy situation for them to be in. Again, the entire Embracer situation, it's not even Cryptic's fault. Embracer messed up. They made a financial mistake, and all of the studios under them are being punished for it. So it's not a great time. And again, I wish the best to everyone over at Cryptic. I don't agree with all the decisions that everyone over there has made. Al here, notably, I very much disagreed with how he handled the XP situation after Delta Rising. But still, I'm not happy about how things have went down, and I do wish him and everyone the best in their future endeavors. And as for what this means for STO, we don't really know. There's still a lot of people on the STO team still there at Cryptic, but I think as time goes on, you're going to see Decca taking more and more of the development over. And you can clearly see that they've been hiring people. Flo, the person I mentioned in the last news video where I talked about this stuff, they were picked up to work on Star Trek Online in Neverwinter, and yesterday was their first day. And you can see that Deck has been hiring a lot of other people, and they've still got a lot of positions up that they're hiring for. So I think long term, as Cryptic employees start to move to other opportunities, you're going to see DECA filling those positions. So the game is going to continue receiving development. That much is clear. DECA wants to keep games going for as long as possible, and they want to boost up engagement, which is why, again, we saw the recent changes to the event campaign. So the game's not going anywhere, but the folks that have been working on it for the past decade plus, the future does look quite bleak for them. And with that ends another news video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them down below. I am going to be working on some content regarding the 14th anniversary bundle here over the next couple of days. I'm probably going to be working on a video here in the next couple of hours where I give my initial impressions over the bundle itself, basically summarizing the stuff I did on the stream yesterday. So if you're curious about my initial thoughts, that should be out by this time tomorrow. But again, that's going to be it for today. Thank you again to all channel members and viewers for the continued support. See you guys around.